Well, tonight is going to be my last night of racing. Hopefully not for this season, but for a while because I'm going away for months. But I'm shooting for 12.99, so I switched wheels. These wheels have been serving me around on the street, but they don't hook up for crap on the track. You guys already know that. But they're just, you know, nexen 3000, some Korean tire. But I switched wheels back and forth. These wheels are a different offset than the wheels that were on here. So these are a positive 15 millimeter, meaning the wheels tuck in a little more. As you can see, on full suspension travel on this Tempest, these 9.5 inch wheels, they don't hardly touch. I might have to, well, this quarter's messed up, but I'll do minor work and it'll fit perfectly with the 275 millimeter rear tire and a 255 front. Whereas these wheels, they're a negative 4 millimeter, so they're basically a zero offset, and they kick out almost, you know, a ½ inch compared to these wheels right here. And they were rubbing on the Tempest, so I had to switch. Plus, this is a Dunlop Sport something 9000. This tire has great reviews, and hopefully should hook up a little better to give me a little bit better times on this Firebird. The other kicker is, since it kicks out more, I'm not going to be rubbing the inside of my fender well right there like I was with my other wheel, because I have about 1.5 inch clearance. And the suspension will never bottom out to touch the outer lip. Pretty much flush with it. So a -4 or a zero offset wheel would be a perfect fit for a Firebird if you're going from max tire size on stock wheel wells. Whereas a positive 10 or 11, basically BMW M5 wheels, not M3, M5 wheels, would fit perfect on the 64 through 70 A bodies. So yeah, well, wish us luck. We're gonna try to hit 12s with this Firebird. Also, another thing we're doing is, now that I got the exhaust crossovers, I don't need the thermal protection of that really thick thermal gasket under my carburetor. So I will go ahead and pull that out and be using the regular thin carb gasket. A lot of people see a little bit more horsepower with a thicker spacer under their carb, which is true. In my case, the throttle response wasn't quite the same, because the more plenum area I had, the less crisp the signal was for the carburetor to work off. The carburetors, they live and die by signal. This is the RPM manifold, not the regular Dunlop manifold, so it's got a lot bigger runners. It is a split plenum, but the plenums are so big that adding a spacer actually kind of hurt me. And as you remember, I hit 106 at a 13.7 originally with this car. That was my best time. The 13.7, okay, whatever, but the 106 is reflective of how much horsepower you have. Ever since then, I've been hitting 104s, 105s. So I'm going back to this gasket, because like I said, I'm not going to be boiling my carburetor. I shouldn't be anyway, because the exhaust crossover is blocked off. So that's my goals for the day, and we'll see how it works out. I mean, can't hurt to try, right? Won't hurt it on the street any. Alright. Well, here we are now. There's our excited spectators. Hi, Valera. He's not too thrilled. We made some changes to the car, and we're trying to hit 12s tonight. Front wheels aren't that big a change, but the back wheels, I got a little bit better tire. Stole them off my Tempest. And on the carburetor, we got rid of the thermal gasket, because as you know, I blocked off the exhaust crossover, so it's not the same amount of heat. So it's got a little bit better, you know, part throttle response, yada yada. Hopefully better 60 foot, which translates to a better time, because my best time so far is a 13.3 at 105. I have before achieved the 106 at a 13.7, so I'm going to try to hit a 12.99 or better at a 106 or a 107. That would be a good night if I could do it. Well, keep watching, and we're about to race.
About 90. Grab good. Yep, that's good. That's good. First on there.
They're there. Hi, Valera. Шокамишки, да. Well, to conclude tonight, I ran a best of 13.5, which isn't that great. I've tried both with and without the spacer. There is no difference under the carburetor. Also, these tires are straight garbage. They don't stick for shit. My 60-foot times are identical to what they normally are. It is also really humid. I mean, that might have to do with my horsepower levels, but I don't run really any better or any worse than I normally do. But hey, the wheels look good. We had a good time. But that gives you an idea of how good those cheap Korean tires that I had. They're nexen 3000s. Well, I mean, they're not necessarily good, but they're not any worse than the Dunlop pilots. So it gives you an idea. Identical size, identical sidewall, identical everything. It's just these Dunlops just do not stick, even with the generous burnout. Well, thanks for watching. As always, on the Invincible Brotherhood, we keep it real like none other.